Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite YouTuber. And he's got a review for you too. A very important movie, if you will. That movie is Wonder Woman 1984. So this is one of the last movies, one of the last DC universe movies happening in 2020 before the new year starts. So that's before we get the Flash movie. So after we gonna get the Flash movie and probably another Batman movie and another Superman movie and all that other good stuff. So this movie takes place definitely before Justice League, before Batman vs. Superman, before Man of Steel, before all of that. And it takes place after the first movie, which was set in like the 50s or the 60s or something like that. So now we back in the 80s and Diana, aka Wonder Woman, is living a double life. She's working as Wonder Woman, saving people, doing the superheroics, getting into her powers, making sure the world's a better place, like a regular superhero should. Then you got Diana Prince, who has a regular job, which I think is a very high-paying job for what it looks like. So what she does is we gotta talk about that. So somehow into the movie, there is this object that is able to grant wishes, right? And the people that come into contact with this wishing object is Maxwell Lord, which is the main villain of this story. And then you got Barbara, who becomes Wonder Woman's friend and then eventually becomes Cheetah. And now Wonder Woman has to face off against these deadly opponents in order to set things right, with the help of Steve Trevor somehow. Now, I am going to do a spoiler-free review, by the way, okay? So you ain't got to worry about spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. If you want a spoiler talk or spoiler reaction video too with this, let me know in the comments below or run them likes up. Let me get a lot of likes for this and I'll probably do that for you. And by the way, real quick, thank you guys for the love and support. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, click the notification bells, and like I said, comment down below. So let's get into it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say what I liked about the movie, what I didn't like about the movie, then give you my score at the end. So that's what we're going to do. So let me tell you what I like, right? I like that Wonder Woman, she went the Batman route. Where at this point, she's more like a myth. And people seen her, but they don't know that she's actually real. That's why it was cool when, and this is in the trailers too, when she came into the mall, she stopping some bad guys, she sat there and destroyed all the cameras so they don't see that she was actually there doing what she was doing. So that was cool. It had a lot of good moments in the movie. They had a lot of cool moments in the movie. I'm gonna say that. Let me just keep it at that. So, Wonder Woman does a lot of stuff with her lasso in this movie that she ever did in the last movie, and I really appreciate that. She really does some cool stuff in this movie. Like, and this is in the trailer too. You can see her riding, like kind of riding on the lightning with the lasso. That was cool. And then you see her in the trailer too when she fights with the lasso too. She does some awesome stuff with that. That's really dope too. And the fighting scenes were really dope, especially when it came to Wonder Woman and Cheetah. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Also, like I said before, and they had this in the trailer too. They brought back Steve Trevor. And it is actually Steve Trevor that died in the last movie. Now, I'm not going to say how he came back. Well, you can probably guess, but I'm not going to tell you because this is a spoiler-free video. However, I do like the way he came back. That was really dope. It really wasn't corny like I thought it was going to be. Like, him coming back actually made sense. And then after a little while, something happens to where that also makes sense. So that was pretty dope too. And on top of that, I really did like Diana's and Trevor's relationship. It was really dope, man. It didn't feel forced. It really felt like, yo, this is like this was a real cool relationship. And it's such tragic too. That's the messed up part. Like when you see the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. And it all plays into like the bottom, the underlying question, the main question. What makes a hero? This movie answers that in a lot of volumes, and I really did like that. It's crazy. Like Diana's and Trevor's relationship, it's cool, but it's also tragic at the same time. And you can feel that when you watch this movie. So that was really dope too. So I think Gal Gadot really cemented her role as Wonder Woman in this, Like, she's Wonder Woman. Like, nobody can take that away from her. She ain't playing Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman. She is the de facto Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. Just like how, like, Kevin Conroy's Batman, Ralph, Cavill, and Reeves is Superman. This is Wonder Woman. De facto, bar none, period. And let me tell you something too. Kristen Wiig in the movie, she's the one that plays Barbara/Cheetah. She was actually really good in this movie. She's always good in her movies, but in here, she was really good in the movie. Like, she had that comedic role because that's what she's known for. Because I believe she was the lead in Bridesmaids, if I'm not mistaken. So she does comedic. She was doing her comedic thing too, which was okay. But then when it got to the seriousness throughout the movie, that's when she really shined for me. And that was dope on her part. And also, she was fine in this movie. Ooh-wee. To Pedro Pascal, aka the Mandalorian, aka Maxwell Lord. Sorry about that. He was a cool dude in this movie. He was funny, but he was a cool dude. He was supposed to be the villain, but to be honest with you, I didn't really see him as a villain. I saw him as like a guy that was really trying to get his life together, trying to be better. Trying to, forward his life, trying to make himself better, And when you get to the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about, especially when he's doing it for somebody. I ain't gonna say who, but you'll know when you see the movie. But yeah, like, he didn't really seem like a villain to me. He just really seemed like a dude who had this, who stumbled onto some power, and the power kind of corrupted him a little bit. You know what I mean? In more ways than one. And that was actually another thing that I liked. I liked that when you use the MacGuffin of this movie, which is the wishing stone, it gives you great power, but it also takes away. There's also like a negative side, or how should I say it? A drawback to it, if you will. You know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. And I like how they did Maxwell Lord cool. They didn't do him in a cheesy way like I thought they would. Like, they really did him in a cool way, and he actually, they sell his character a cool way too. Also, I really did like the overall message of the movie. The first Wonder Woman movie had like a big message to it too, which was cool. But I feel like the message here was more louder and it's more clearer, and it really hits home, especially because it relates to what we're dealing with right now, what's going on in the world with this pandemic stuff, and everything else that's going on. I felt like the message of this movie really spoke volumes, and it really related to what's going on now. So I thought that was really cool, and I liked how they portrayed that message, especially when you got to the end. I'm gonna tell you this too. The fights between Wonder Woman and Cheetah were really good. Their first fight was really good. I really liked their first fight versus their fight at the end. The fight at the end was alright, it was cool, but I really liked their first encounter though. And I actually did like how Barbara or Cheetah, you know, progressed as she became actual Cheetah. So I liked their characterization. That was real good with what they really felt like there really wasn't a villain in the movie. It really just felt like the villain of the movie was people. You know what I mean? I'll go into more into what I mean by that when if you guys like this video a lot, I'll do a spoiler. I'll actually do like a spoiler video of what I mean by that. So run them likes up so I can talk about that, alright? Alright, so let's get into the negatives, what I didn't like. So what I didn't like, I'm not gonna lie, was the GCI. The GCI looked like, it looked a bit wonky. Like there were certain parts where I was just like, what? Like when Wonder Woman was running, she's running in one scene, and it looked like she's running on like a literal treadmill, and there's some like paper in the back, the green screen in the back. Like it looked like that to me. And there's also another part where there's also Cheetah. Like Cheetah's final design, it was okay. It could have looked a lot better. But I don't know if that's because we're not seeing it in the movie theater. Maybe it looks better when we're looking at it in the theater versus me looking at it at my screen at home. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But that was a gripe that I had. Also, the first act was slow. Very slow to me. I did like the opening act. That was cool. And it actually related to the ending. So you know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. But other than that, the movie did go real slow. Really slow. Until it got to the second and the third act. That's when it really picked up and it got better for me. But other than that, I don't really have any other issues with the movie. Everything was great. The actors were great. It had some funny scenes. Like it was really dope. And I really did overall enjoy the movie. Like it really had that big message, like I said before. And I love how it was conveyed, you know? Oh, I also did like that it didn't do any male bashing and anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, with certain movies, certain female-led movies, sometimes they do stuff like that. But I really like that it didn't do that, and that had nothing to do with the overall story of it. You know what I mean? That was real dope, and it was just such a dope movie, man. I really did like Wonder Woman. I wouldn't say it's in my top 5 DC movies of all time. I wouldn't put it there. But I would definitely say I had a real good time with it though. You know, like I had with the first Wonder Woman. So out of a score, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I really like this movie. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to bump that up to 8.5. Really like this movie. The movie was really dope. I'm definitely going to see it again, you know, because I probably missed some things. Oh, and I like the little cameo at the end. That was real dope. I don't know if that means anything going forward in the DC universe, in the movie universe, but still, I did like that little cameo at the end. Alright guys, so that's my time. I really hope you enjoyed this because I actually like doing stuff like this. I like reviewing like movies and comic book movies, things of that nature. So if you guys like that, let me know in the comments and definitely run them likes up too. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Deuces and happy holidays. Be safe.